I'm Bryce Bornero, and continuing with our presentation, I'll be talking about the policy implications of general theory of crime, and also talking a little bit more about David Berkowitz. So just to reiterate, the general theory of crime says that crime is committed due to a lack of self-control and impulsivity, and that these two characteristics and/or traits come from poor parenting. And for the try to prevent crime, you more have to focus in the early stages of a person's development. And then going back to David Berkowitz, he had no attachment to his birth mother, and this is one of Hershey's main points, saying a lack of attachment from parents can lead to a lack of self-control or increased impulsivity. And also another thing that shows he had lack of attachment was when his adopted mother died when he was a teenager. If he had more attachment to his mother figures, maybe he would have had more self-control and less impulsivity, but it's hard to say if he would have not. Now, due to general theory of crime saying that crime is due to lack of self-control and impulsivity, you mainly have to focus on preventing crime from an early age of someone's development. So you have to focus more on parenting. And there are certain parenting programs by some organizations that can address this. One is the American Psychological Association's Parents Raising Safe Kids program. This is an 8-week program that educates parents and other child caregivers on how to create early environments that protect from violence. And this program strives to teach parents how to control their own anger and how to control their kids' anger. It teaches parents how to teach kids how to resolve conflict without violence. And it helps parents understand the needs and wants that their kids have and what the kids are capable of. It also stresses to show parents that by what you do can reflect on your child. And under the general theory of crime, the parents lack self-control, the kids will most likely lack it as well, and it just creates a vicious cycle. Another parenting program is the Circle of Security's Early Intervention Program. And this is mainly used to increase parent-child interactions and enhance attachment between these two. And by increasing the attachment will lead to less impulsivity and more self-control. It also teaches parents and caregivers how to create bonds with their children and how to identify their emotional needs. And a final parenting program, which is very unique, is Parenting Inside Out. And this is mainly focused on parents that are involved in the criminal justice system, such as incarcerated mothers and fathers. And what this program seeks to do is teach these individuals about family dynamics, how to give effective directions, and using positive reinforcement. And they also teach these parents child guidance and how to use nonviolent discipline for their children. It also increases their communication skills and helps them regulate their own emotions. And another way to prevent crime under general theory of crime is by using self-control teaching methods. And these would be for parents and teachers, and they would be used to increase a child's self-control. Some of these techniques include helping kids avoid temptation, creating an environment where self-control is consistently rewarded, using games such as like freeze tag or other freeze games to help kids control themselves, and also drum beats can be used to help kids increase their self-control. And also finally, increasing a right mindset for tackling challenges and learning from failure. And another way to prevent crime through this under this theory is increasing school involvement. By having the school involved or the child involved in school creates an attachment and a commitment from some figure or somebody, which may help a child if they lack this attachment or commitment from a parent. And now we move on to the quiz questions. So question number 1 is, what is son of Sam's real name? And the answer for this would be D, David Berkowitz. Question number 2 is, who developed the general theory of crime? And this question answer would be letter B, Gottfredson and Hershey. Moving on to more quiz questions. True or false, the general theory of crime is part of the social structure paradigm? This is false. This theory of crime is part of the developmental paradigm. Number 4, general theory of crime applies to what kind of crimes? And this would be D, all types of crimes, as it is a general theory. And number 5, what causes impulsivity and lack of self-control? And under the general theory of crime, poor parental management, or A, is what causes lack of self-control. So to conclude, by applying the general theory of crime to the Son of Sam case, it shows that he could have committed his murders due to neglect from his birth mother and a lack of attachment to his adopted mother. These factors could have led to a lack of self-control, thus leading him to commit the murders and attempted murders that he did in the 1970s in New York City. These are some of the sources that were used for this presentation. And my group and I would like to thank you for listening to our presentation. If you have any questions about developmental theories, general theory of crime, or the Son of Sam case, feel free to reach out to any of us and we will be able to answer your questions in a timely response. Thank you.